Alright YouTube, in this video we are going to see how to view all the orders which has been ordered by the customer. So if you see, these are the list of orders which is ordered by the customer right now. So not only I can view, I can just change the status, like if this is cancelled or if it is dispatched. If you click on change status, and now the status is dispatched. I should have added status here. I'll change it. The status is dispatched now. So if I click on if I change it to delivered and give some message, yes, delivered now, and if I click on change status, you should see the order delivered, and that is absolutely working. Now if I show you example now, so let me create an account with the name called alexa@gmail.com, the same name password I'm going to use, and I'm going to register it now. I'm registering it. After registering it, I'm visiting the shopping cart, and I have changed my mind. I'm going to log out, and now I want to purchase. I'm logging in again with the same account which I have created, and now let me log out and log in again. I have changed. Now it will redirect me to the home page. Previously it was redirect me to the checkout. Now it is redirect to the home page. So that was the issue I have fixed now. Fine. That's now let me add some details to the cart item to the cart. So I want to add this item, and let me add one mobile phone, and let me add another t-shirt. If you wish to change the quantity, you can change it, and it is 4 now. The total price is automatically updated. And if you wish to remove this mobile, you can remove it. Click on checkout. Now it will ask to enter the values. I'm pausing it and entering it. Fine, I have entered some values, and if you see, we are getting the total amount. I'm going to pay it on cash on delivery, and I have accepted the terms and conditions and paying it now. And if you see, the details which we have ordered is available here. If you wish to change address, you can do it. We have already seen it. I'm not going to do it again. And now the order is placed. So for the user, the order is placed, and now in the admin, now I am in the admin role. If you want to see, this is the admin login. So let me log in with the admin login ID. So on the view orders, I should see the Alexa order on the top, because she has ordered right now. So now it is ordered. Now I want to change the status, and I want it to be delivered. In any case, I have delivered it. After 2-3 days, the customer has delivered. I have delivered the product to the customer. So I'm writing the message, delivered now. So consider this after 2 days. Change status, and now this is 2 days. After 2 days, when the Alexa opens this page, she would see the delivered data. So now after login and logout also, alexa@gmail.com. I think I have the name. Let me see what is the name which I have used. And on the my account page, where she would get all the list of orders, and it says delivered. And that's all. That is what we are going to see in this video: how to view the ordered product on the admin cart, and the admin cart can change the order status, which will be visible to customer, as well as which will be visible to admin. Alright YouTube, in this video we are going to see how to create orders data. Now the customer would have ordered many products. To view the product as an admin, you have to get into the admin. Now I am in the admin role now. So let me show you how I got in. So we have our database. We have our table called admin data. Inside the admin data, we have admin username and login, which we have created at the very first video. If I click on login, we are now logged in into the admin. Now if you wish to add category and view category, you can do it. If you wish to add products and view products, these are the products which we have added. you can add and view product. Now we are in the process of creating viewing all the orders. We won't be adding orders because order would be added by the customer. We'll just be viewing. So fine, on the view orders, let's open it in our visual editor. In the admin we have view orders.php. so we have just header and footer included. We have to paste the same HTML of products here. So for that I have to get into the products.html. so let me paste whatever is inside over here between navbar and footer. So if I refresh, I should see the product data. So let's change from product to orders, and now we want the columns as customer name, total price, order status, payment mode, order placed on, which is date, which we will see from converting timestamp to normal date. So if I refresh, I don't have to refresh. So here you will see I'm choosing it from all the products, products from table called products. Now in this case, this table is a combination of two tables here. So if I see, order tracking and the order. So if you see, the total price is here, the order status is here, the payment mode is here, order placed on is here, but the customer name is in the form of user ID. So we need the name of the customer. So for that, what I'll do is I'll open the users.php, and here in this case this ID will match with this the table which I have opened previously is orders. This user ID match with the primary key ID of user. So I have to use a join to get the full name. So if you see, we have a table called users orders, which is going to join with the table called users on, both of them has a primary key and foreign key relationship. The primary key of this order table, which is we are not going to give the primary key. We are going to use the user ID, because the user ID, we need the user ID data orders, and in the users it's in the form of ID. And the table name here is orders, so users. So let me run this and check whether it is working or not. Go, and if you see, still the name is not available. I think we have used the wrong one. So the name is in user meta, I guess user data. So the orders and the table user data, so this is going to be same, but the user data column here also we have a table called user ID. Now let's run. We should get a order table combining with the user meta table so that we can get the first name, last name and the order details. So we are going to copy this code and I'm going to paste it in this HTML. So now if you see, total price will be coming from order. We'll skip this for now because I'll show you. For orders, the first one is total price, the second one is order status, the third one is product ID, payment method, the fourth one is timestamp, if I refresh I should see on the orders, we'll see it, we'll look at it. So here this is a query that has been run. So here we are getting the first name, paste it over here, first name. If I see, I should see the first name only, and I'm going to concatenate with the last name. So on the product you should see first name and last name, first name, last name, that is working. So let's convert this timestamp into date. So for that we have to pass the timestamp into a PHP function. And that PHP will convert it to month, date, time and so on. So these are the list of order which we have got from the customer. So to check it, and I wanted to order, let's order it by descending on the select all, order by ID. So this is the ID. So I want the descending, so I'll copy this and paste it. Let's try to order and check. David Annie was the last guy who ordered. Now Control Shift 10, getting into incognito mode, localhost, shopping cart, and let's log in with some other guy. Users abc@gmail.com. Let's add this phone, t-shirt, checkout, log in with ABC. This guy name is we'll name something different. And the total price, cash on delivery. I have read the terms and condition. Click on pay now, and now my order is placed. Here it is. So let me view the guy John Cena, and his order is placed, and it is cash on delivery. So in case if the guy John has changed the mind and cancelled it, I have cancelled it. I'm reasoning that I have bought from somewhere else. Click on cancel our order. Now the order is cancelled. The admin data should also reflect the same. Order cancelled. Fine, that is working. And if you see, now we are in the admin section. Now here the admin has a power to either give the status as in progress or dispatched or delivered. So for that I have to add a function, or I have to create a page. Let me show you here. I have already created a page for cancelling, so we'll use the same page. So here, just like this is the admin, just I click on edit. So here this page should open up along with this text box. Here the text box is not going to have, we are going to have the select option, select button with 3 options. Fine, what I have to do is I have to copy the same code and control N, control S, order hyphen process.php. So here in the operation we'll pass order process.php. We'll use the order process.php and we'll give the name as change status. We'll remove it. So if I refresh on the orders, if I click on change status, it should pass to order process.php. Let me see why it's not working. Hard refresh, click on change status. Let me inspect it and check what's the issue. Product ID. Actually here the ID should come. This is a query. What we need is, we need the order ID. So here user ID, we have 2 ID. Let's see what is the conflict. Here we're getting the product 1. So if I see, I should get the order process and the ID. And now what I'll do is, on the order process I'll copy paste the code from cancel order, copy it and paste it over here. Now I will close this. If I refresh, the session is not set, that's why it is forwarding me to the login.php. We have to use the same code for the session. Fine, control click. Yes, it is allowing me. Yes, it will show some errors. It is because we are using the same code for customer. So after inserting, we are not going to insert, we are going to change the status. Just like here the order state is there, either it is going to be in progress or dispatched or delivered. Either from 3, either one is going to show up here. So for once it is show up, that means we are going to update it. So before updating, this is the place where we are going to submit where we are going to use either one of these 3 value. So before updating, I want the order status to be, order tracking table should have a column. That means it will show some process. We don't need we'll remove this. So far at present we'll comment it, we'll just try to insert it. And now we'll try to fix these. We'll remove all the PHP blocks. Will not remove. We want the product to show up. So we have to find so this is the submit query. So if I click on submit, this is going to run. So we don't this won't give us any problem for us. So we'll comment it. So the customer ID which we will get from session, we will not get from session, so this is also useless for us. So let's check whether we have used this row somewhere else. I don't think so. Comment it. And then we have the session cart. We won't be using the cart. So instead of for each, if I go down a bit, yeah, this is going to work. We don't need the user ID. Comment it. I think this is also not needed. So we'll get the ID from the get and store it as order ID, and I'm passing it to order items. I'm fetching the data. On line number 6, control G6. Undefined function session start, control G. Session start, copy paste mistake, yes. Session start we have already used somewhere, so we don't have to use it. Current modified header already sent, so this kind of error ob underscore start should solve it. I'm admin, so I should log in with admin. Click on login. It is not allowing me, so I think this is causing the issue. We'll save it here so that we don't have to go and repeat it again and again. View, change. On line number, navbar is making the issue. Cannot modify header information, header already sent, output started. We'll use this OB start here. Change status. so we'll fix it later. So we will work on here on line number 87, control G 87. This message is not defined, we'll comment it. So this is giving 0 result, so that means the query is not running properly. So we need this over here. I'll comment this. This is not needed. So from the orders table, let's add a total price, order status, payment mode, certify. Temporarily we'll comment the nav bar, so that is what giving the header. Login, view orders, order process. Let's see why the 0 result is showing up first. Line number 9, it shows some error. Let's see what else we have on navbar 1. It does not have any PHP code. So to temporarily solve the problem, what I did is I just comment the login.php where it will be redirected, and I have added ob start. Now let's check why it is not showing the list of ID, not the list of ID, the ID 1. So what are the details that we would like to show? So here, if you see, this order ID is what we are getting. So what we will do is on the order process where we have used join. Here instead of all, what we do is we'll get the list of columns. Like we need first name, last name, total price, order price, timestamp, and finally the ID. So get into the SQL query, use the prefix, orders dot, so we need to pass some set of columns, 2 3 4 5 6. We have total price, we have order status, we have payment mode, we have timestamp, we have ID, and from the user's data we'll get first name and last name. First name, last name. So if I first will run it on the SQL server or MySQL and check. Yes, we are getting what we needed. So this should also work over here. And if I click on the change status, we are getting the ID. Fine, that is working what we needed. Previously the error was we were using the columns without prefix. That's why we could not identify what the two tables, like the user data also has the ID column and the orders table also has the ID column. That was the issue. Now after adding prefix we could easily able to identify. Trending 1, now it is trending 28. So to get the product, again we can use the, this is not the quantity, this is the price on the order process. Again we can use the SQL join. So let's try with this guy, 1700, change status 1700. So now we have product. So for that, let's see what join we can use. So this is the ID of the order table, and then the product table. Product. Let's see what common we have. There is no common. So in between there is another guy called orders item. Orders item has order ID and product ID. So if you see, we have ID of order and we need the product ID. So on orders item has both product ID and order ID. If we pass the product ID, if we pass the order ID, we will get the product ID, and based on the product ID we can get the product name. Fine, we'll write the related SQL now. So if you see the first TD, we will use this order ID to get the product ID from the orders item. So again an SQL statement, PHP select star from order item, where order ID is equal to the ID which we get from the get, and this is going to give the product ID. And we'll fetch the value and store it here underscore prod ID, and we'll use echo. We want the column name product ID, so we'll pass the product ID in the associative array. Product, where is the product? Oh, it's here. We want the it's on the orders table, orders item. We have the product ID column, so we have to pass it. Now we should get the product ID. Now with this product ID we want to get the name. So on the products, with this product ID we'll get the name, so we'll use the where clause again SQL statement. So here we are going to use the table name called products, where the product ID is going to be the ID which we get from this SQL query. Now we have to run this query, and this is going to be row name. And we'll run this. With the help, we'll get the product name. Now we have to get in the products table. This is the product column, product name column, and just echo it. If I refresh, I should get the product name. Fine, that is working. Change the status of this guy, and he has ordered this. And now we want the select statement, select code. So instead of text box, we'll have a reason as well, but we need one more input field, which is text box. So we can get it from register.php, I guess. Or the checkout.php. So if you see here, we'll copy this and paste it over here, and we'll name it as change status. So if I refresh, I want the predefined value in progress. In progress, then we dispatched, then we delivered either 3 values, and we'll give the name as status. So if I refresh, status and message. So here change status. This is going to be submit. And now if you see on submit, let's get the values. So now we are going to modify the data in two tables. The first one is orders. First one is orders and the second one is order tracking. On order tracking, we would be inserting value. On orders, order status, on orders we'll be changing the status. So the very first thing we would be inserting in the values on the orders tracking. So to insert, what we need is we just have to insert on the table called a reason, column called a reason, and the status. Fine. And the order ID as well. So that's the reason why we are passing order ID. The order ID we will get it from the URL. So the order ID is in the name called order ID. The status in the name called status itself. And finally the reason is in the name called reason. So on submit, we have to get into the on submit code. It is on submit, we'll get the order ID, we'll use a reason is already there, we'll use a status, and we have to insert it. We'll comment this for now. I think we don't need this update part yet. So we'll try to insert it. We'll be inserting order ID, we'll be inserting status, we'll be inserting the reason, and line number 35 control. I think this is it. Let's choose the order of John Cena, change status, which is cancelled right now. So let me make it dispatched, change status. So view all orders, the John Cena status should have changed. No, it won't changed, but the data will be inserted because we have commented it. So on order tracking, dispatched, the reason I have inserted. So once it is working, we'll update the status. Once the query runs, we need the status to be what we received from the text field. So select tag, and everything is going to be same, and I don't want to redirect. Now let's check. Let's make this dispatched, change status, and now it is dispatched. Now let's make it delivered and change status, and it is delivered, and I want the redirection to be on .php. Let me do it. So dispatched, change status, it will go into the order that will be dispatched. Now the order is placed. I want to change the status of this guy, change status, and let us make it dispatched, change status, and if you see, it is showing dispatched over here. Fine, it is working.